DVD series, and we got a couple of champs. We got a couple of kids, dynamic kids. Cale, Leiviska, a local. Nikko, Locastro, playing all over the country. Cale, you've played here quite a bit. Nikko said he was here like 10 days old, so what's the plan?
The plan is playing with my good friend Nikko. We're both gonna be playing with a lot of fire. Hopefully get some birdies out here and give these guys a run for their monies.
Well, Nikko, I've only requested one thing, you know. I want the chains to be banged, so.
Trust me, I'm gonna do what I can, put it in the basket.
He said he's due for an ace.
I do.
He said he's due for an ace, so hopefully we can bring one up.
This is Nature Boy. I am here with the champs, Kenny, Barry. We're at Blue Ribbon Pines. Guys, got a couple of young kids out here. No fear. This ought to be a good match.
Apparently, Cale's not worried one bit because he's just showing up now. He doesn't really warm up or nothing, so he's probably feeling it, I guess.
And this is your first time out here, right, champ?
Yeah, you know, they're going to show me the lines and show me where to throw. And Barry tell me how to set up the hole and whatnot. And I think we'll be all right. Looks pretty straightforward out.
Last time we did that, it worked out pretty good in Madison, so I think it'll be all right.
We got the champs here. One champ's going to show the other champ the way, and we'll see how the kids handle the experience these guys have got for them. This is the Clash. Play some golf.
First and second there, Tim. Barry knew it was both heads. Let's do it, have fun. Kenny, let's do it, my man.
This is Billy Crump. We're at hole 1 at Blue Ribbon Pines. This is 290 feet, Timmy. It's a pretty straightforward hole. What do you expect here?
Well, I expect these guys to be all over it. I expect some ace runs and a couple twos. This is the intro hole to Blue Ribbon Pines.
Here we go. We're off. We got the champs on the box first there. Looks like Barry's going to take the box. And, you know, you think these guys are going to be throwing mid-range or trying to spike a driver in there, Tim?
I was watching them warm up, and they were mostly throwing their rocks right at it. And Nikko and Cale were throwing, I think, buzzes and wizards at it.
That looks pretty good. A little long. Needs to hit. Oh, that's a nice little bush to hit there. Well, there's no reason for Kenny not to run for this thing. They got about a 10-foot putt, and that'll start the champs off with at least a birdie.
And this is a course designer's dream right now. Ken Climo throwing your gem right here.
Oh, he's throwing it straight at it.
I want that 20 early.
Yes, it is.
Little skippy there. They'll probably take Barry's because it's closer, but the crowd liked it.
That's how you play doubles. Your partner's there. You ace run that thing.
Now, I'd say if there's an advantage in the group, the kid Cale, and he's probably got more rounds than all of them put together 3 times here, so he should know what to do.
He loves this place. He comes up here all the time and plays and just shreds it. Look at this.
Oh, that's got a chance. That's ripping up. Oh, a little behind the basket, stays in the chips, maybe 15, 18 feet.
And with Nikko being a heck of a putter, that's an automatic 2, so I'll bet Nikko's going to be ace running this thing too.
Well, Nikko, young man, has a lot of enthusiasm, and we've been wanting him on the Clash, and we're really proud to have him here. Looking for a big show from the kid.
Big hyzer coming in right at it.
Hits the tree. The best thing about doubles, you can let that shot go.
Really? You hang out. It's just kind of far from my house. You know, I play Highland Hills a lot. Just get a nice.
This is a template for pay-to-play disc golf at its best.
Highland Hills. Sure. We can go play. You can flex our setting.
I'll tell you what. We've gone from pretty still to about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and I expect this to be pretty easy, even though it's one of his first putts of the day.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Not a problem right there. There's a birdie.
Is you right?
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
We're off, birdie. Going to hole number 2. Now here we are at hole 2. This is 265 feet. There's definitely a tree in the middle you've got to deal with, but relatively straightforward hole.
Yeah, basically you just take out a mid-range and just flex it around that tree and slide it right up to the basket.
Let's see how the best players in the world attack it. All right, Timmy, looks like they're going to go every other hole here, as instead of TOC, the other champ, TC, the champ, takes the box.
Yeah, they're mixing up every other here. So now here's Kenny, hole 2, Blue Ribbon Pines.
Oh, he has flat hit that tree. That's not a good kick, I'll tell you.
Pressure's on Barry now.
Barry and Kenny both love the Sandhauser shot. I expect them to get one up, but if they do not, they will chance losing that lead real quick.
I'll bet they got some seasoned rocks in their bag for this shot. There's one right there.
That's got to get down.
What's that,
You
Barry?
know, that's on the back edge just in the shul, but that's inside the circle, and these guys are butter usually inside the circle.
I'd say that's pretty good for a 2.
It looks like we've got the same theory. The kids are going to follow the old men there, and they're going to send Nikko up to the box first.
There's a nice turnover. That's parked.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what you're looking for. We kept that thing down. Tree was never a problem. It is a straightforward hole that you should get.
Absolutely. Now here's Cale with his beat-up buzz here.
Cale is one of the elite players on Discraft right now, and he may be the flagship player, he or Eric McCabe.
Well, there's also a guy named Nate Doss who's pretty good, too.
You know, how could Nate slip my head there?
Well, he'll be here this weekend for the Majestic.
Well, we got Kenny stepping in. I'll tell you, these guys love these kind of putts.
He has got a little bit of Schul in front of him, but knowing that he has Barry backing him up, this should be no problem.
All right, we got Nikko here. Relatively tap in.
There we go. On to hole 3.
2 down to 2 down. All right, we're at hole 3, 240 feet, Tim.
Well, they're here. The players have the option of going Anheuser or Heiser. As you can see, there's 2 distinct lanes. And most guys go Annie, but there is that Heiser line that's ever so tempting.
Well, let's see how the champs choose. They're still on the box, and I'm assuming since they're switching, Barry's coming back up.
Barry's rocked an early tree and kicked over there.
Tell you, that's maybe 60, 65 hot putt.
Pretty sure he can do that. He's going Heiser, Billy. Nope, he went
That's
Anheuser.
going in. Oh, there's a world champ love. Oh, and then there's my kick right there, Tim.
Doors open here. Cale and Nikko have an opportunity to put the pressure on for a long putt. Proud of those guys.
Lots of ponds between you and the basket, but there's a fair open lane through here.
Course design 101 in my book is have fair ways.
That looks good. That's got a chance.
That's parked.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, that's what we're looking for. The gallery likes it, and unless we got a hot putt going in, the kids are going to take the box.
Let's hope for a hot putt.
And we got Cale on the tee here. Looks like
This
he's...
is actually Nikko.
Oh, that is
parked
Nikko.
it with his challenger.
In the hole.
Well, there. Look at this.
Yeah,
oh, a little skip up. They've got options. The champs would like to have either one of those.
We're not missing. We're gonna hold it.
All right, looks like we're about, I'm gonna say 60 to 65 feet, and both these boys have this in their bag, so this would be a great putt to keep up with the kids.
It really would. Now we're back in the woods here, and the wind's not going to really be much of a factor.
Stay out.
Oh, dead on line. Torturance was there, just needed to tweak that furtherance. You know, not much to read in the wind like you're saying in here, so this is just going to be whether or not Kenny can drop this booger in the basket.
He's got the green light. Barry's right there.
That's high enough. Oh, off the side of the rim. That was so close. I'm going to say they're going to make that par. We're going to edge our way down towards the next green as we've got the kids coming in with a smile on their face. You know, I tell you, playing against the champs, you've had to do this kind of stuff. And it's not that easy when you get these two boys on the same team.
It's not that easy at all, no. But once you get that one stroke up, and then get your confidence up, you just start feeling good. Just ride with it.
See how long they can ride the wave. It looks like the champs are still out. Very easy putt, and I tell you, they don't like to lose a stroke. You watch them bear down real quick.
Absolutely. Let's see how it goes on hole number 4, infamous hole number 4.
This is Billy Crump, and I'm going to tell you what, I've played thousands of golf holes. Timmy Gill, you designed this hole, man. This could be the most impressive hole I've ever seen, man. Those pines, it's like they were planning for this hole. How did you see that in these thick woods?
Well, first off, thank you. Those are some very kind words. You've traveled the country and seen a lot of holes, and to hear that just really feels good. When we walked this property, I came out here and I saw this row of pines, and I just knew this has to be a hole. Some of the guys thought I was crazy. But you know what? 4 years later, I think we got ourselves a pretty special hole here.
I believe the guys, we are about 450 feet away. I believe the guys have started, and Cale Leiviska has put that thing a good 350 feet down. He stayed in the fairway. Those boys look like they've got an easy 3, maybe a pitch up at a 2.
That's a really good drive. That's, I mean, even for
one of the best 4 players in the world.
Yeah, that's a really good drive. He's sitting in a really good position, and
now there's an explosion that's probably going to OB. This is a treacherous hole. Timmy, why did you put that OB on the left?
That's the property line. We don't want to go in the neighbor's yard.
That explains it, because we felt like the hole was tough enough, but that certainly does explain why the OB is there. There he is himself, the 12-time world champ. First time he's seen the hole. Oh, he just skims over right, and that is not where you want to be.
It's not, but he did get about halfway down there, so he can pitch out and take his 4. Although this is best shot double, so I'm pretty sure Barry's going to pipe one right down the middle.
Well, Barry had talked about this hole and said his plans for the weekend was to play this whole rock putter. With Kenny in trouble, I'd expect to see a rock come out.
Looks like he does have the rock. He's got to put it right in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was really early, almost slipped out. They're probably going to come down as far as they can here and play Kenny's. Now, the only option I'm seeing is to go down that road, but man, you are over the OB or right at it the whole way, and I don't really know if I want that option.
No, but if it advances you up there, 3/4 of the way, that is a good way to play the hole.
Well, we were right. They've come down as far as they can. Looks like they've kicked in maybe 8-10 feet, and it's almost a pitch back to the fairway, and then let a guy try to go up and over with something.
That would be the wise way to play it.
Well, and if they can get up and over, maybe get a putt for a 3 or something. I'll tell you, this is a demanding hole. It is not only one of the most beautiful holes, picturesque I've seen. It is demanding, and you're seeing right now 2 of the best players in the world having to deal with it.
It's very demanding. In fact, at last year's Majestic, we had scores ranging from a 3 to an 11. So the score ranges is just very dramatic on this hole.
Again, that's the course designer, the hole designer, Mr. Timmy Gill. A great job on this hole.
Thank you, sir. Let's see how the champs recover here.
That did not sound good right out of his hand. I heard the trees. I believe, I know Barry has an in-flip to go up and over. He's also got a baby thumber. That was Kenny. And I don't know if Barry will try to go up and over, if he's just going to pitch out so they can try to throw a laser, take a 4, keep the damage to a bare minimum.
You'd think they'd just pitch out to the fairway and just take their 4, take their punishment, and move on.
Try to keep that pill to swallow as small as possible, boys.
Absolutely.
Wow. Oh, he's got it up. He's got it through the other side. Wow, he got up through the trees, got out on the outside. He stayed in bounds. And, I think they'll probably take that one and come on down that roadway, because Kenny was really not much further than where he threw from.
That's one of the beauties of this hole, too, is you get to see the creativity of these players. They're not just, ripping 500-foot shots. They got to get creative and, show that they've been in some tough spots before.
Well, now Nikko is known for throwing these kind of shots in all the time. He seems to be eyeing this thing up. He is ready. And I expect this to have a run, Timmy.
Yeah, you don't see very many 2s on this hole, but if you're ever going to see one, now might be the time.
Come on, baby, stay up.
It's a good bid. Certainly gives the green light to Leiviska.
Got it.
I'd love to see it, too. Here, let's see it, Cale.
It's a good thing we're not impartial.
Exactly.
Birdie, is that symbolic?
There's Cale showing his personality. He's just a well-liked guy, but everyone in the gallery is always kind of back him heavily here.
That's got a chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 2 on hole number 4 at Blue Ribbon Pines.
Now that was Cale's drive. That was Cale's up. That's going to give him 2 strokes on this hole, and that'll get the kids pumped right there, buddy.
I taught him everything I know.
Yeah.
Second one.
That's got a chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a 2 on hole number 4 at Blue Ribbon Pines. Here comes Cale. His 2.
I told you.
Look at the kids running up, enjoying that.
Some youthful enthusiasm right there.
That's my face.
Man, I threw that way harder than that.
Is that David?
Well, I'll tell you, the boys have got over here. They're laying two. The other team's already in. They know they got to get up and down. They know they got to get busy right now.
That's hole 4 blue ribbon for you. It can make or break your round. This could be a difference maker.
And Kenny just promptly puts that thing right up there under the basket. I'm sure Barry's going to give it a run, but not really much of an angle here. Oh, looks like he's pulled Schwebby out. Schwebby likes to go right.
Yeah, once again, you know, they're showing their creativity.
That's coming in a little short, but that's a perfect shot. You see, as difficult a shot as that was, those guys just made that look as easy as it could. Magnificent hole, Timmy. We're going to move over to hole 5. I'd just like to thank you again for designing a beautiful hole. And if you're ever in Minnesota, come on over here. You won't ever forget this one.
Thank you, Billy. It's a great hole.
If you get to the top of the hill, maybe trust me.
So here comes Cale with a nice turnover.
Pretty safe shot, just throwing it up the middle so he can put his partner in position to throw a good roller. That's what I think he went for. Let's see if Nikko goes for it.
This hole is 532 feet, so it definitely is a par 4, and I believe last year the average scores were about 4.7 is what it worked out to be.
Well, I'd heard there was only 1 3 in the tournament on this hole last year. I'm being told now by the stat guys that there was 3 3s, and Dave had one of them. So, Dave, I mean, you know, is the roller really the best option on this hole, you feel? And there comes one right there, Dave.
This one's too hot, unless he gets a really good break.
Like that.
You know, by the just right there by the short tee pad, they may have a look at that hole, and that was a good break.
Yeah, they'll have a good look there. He'll probably have a little forehand shot through the trees. Let's see what they do. I think Climo's going to go roller, Schultz is going to go air shot.
So, Dave, you've been playing a lot with Nikko as of late. He's pretty hot going. Do you see him throw many rollers?
Yeah, he's relied on that quite a bit in his career.
Oh, that's a bad kick right there.
So far, he likes to throw the roller because he doesn't have as much distance as the other guys, and he's a great putter. So he likes to get looks, even if they're long looks. That was a bad kick we just saw. Not the worst spot you could be on this hole. The champs play conservative, and it does not work. They're going to be a chance to lose at least a stroke here, I think.
I tell you, they've dropped 3 strokes in the last 2 holes, and if they don't wake up and pick it up soon, these kids are headstrong. They're not going to be throwing layups from this point forward, I assure you that.
I mean, you got Cale in Minnesota. He's got to be pumped. And Nikko's first big shot at the Clash, you know he wants a piece of the champ. He's always wants a piece of the champ. So
This is 27 holes. There's a lot of real estate still to go. At the 400-foot mark, we have a OB line that is it's kind of a half-moon shape, which really makes the second shot very dangerous.
that's what they've chosen to do. But, man, they're not getting very good luck right now. 1 tree to beat, and he couldn't beat it.
I'll tell you, that tree's about the half the size of a disc. Hit it square as it could, came straight down.
Climo's pretty money at this. He'll just lay right on the tee pad. No way. Oh, he gets around it.
Just missed the tree and left himself a tough lie. I tell you, this is not a world champ love I'm accustomed to seeing these boys have.
He should get up and down from there, but that's another tough spot going across this OB.
They have about 180 feet to go.
What do you expect to see here, Timmy? Does he got a thumber? Is that what he's looking at?
He's actually been practicing his sidearm quite a bit, and I've seen him throw some really good ones, so I would expect this to be up there for a putt.
Get that in bounds.
I knew it was a sidearm. You can see it from the eye. I practiced it about 20 minutes ago. It's very difficult. It's a beauty. It'll putt. Oh, and a great skip up.
That was a Z-pred little skip, and they got about a 20-footer.
Still, though, you see, that's a perfect drive. Great throw, and they still have to make 25-footer. This is, I'd say, the toughest hole on the course, for sure.
And Nikko looks like he's also lining up a sidearm.
Not known for him. Leaves it in the OB. I figured, I guess Cale has been practicing. Maybe Timmy's been working with him.
A little bit here and there.
Now, we got the champs moving on down in here, and you know, I mean, it's not that the champs feel a lot of pressure, but I tell you what, I don't care what day it is. These guys don't like to have their fanny handed to them, and that's exactly what's happening right now, boys.
Well, me and Champ were up playing cards till 2 in the morning on a little tournament last night, so I think once he wakes up a bit here on the last 10 or 15 holes, maybe they'll make a little comeback.
Here we go. Hopefully they won the big pot there.
Yeah, so they got about 180 feet, and it's not the best lie, so they're going to have to get creative once again.
It looks like they're going to do the patent pending. In case you don't know, that's called the patent pending. We used to call it the Barry Schultz, but Kenny.
Oh, flip up AVR shot.
Kenny.
Oh, what a kick. He flashes the ring and gets him into the circle to guarantee only a stroke loss.
That's a little world champ love right there on the patent pending. You're going to see Kenny doing this. Back to the story. Kenny just wouldn't even give the shot to Barry. Said he'd been doing it before. Pulled out some archive video to prove it. So it's now the patent pending, and another bad shot by the champ.
Yeah, but Barry got through him. They both flashed the ring. I don't think the Cale and Nikko team have a gimme here. I mean, they're great putters, but it looks a little farther. I think it's a good 30 feet out when I'm looking at it here.
All right, we got Nikko here. And you're right, Dave. That was about circles out.
Yeah, but he's a great putter. That's what's bringing him up this year is he's making a lot of putts from this distance. When you're playing good, these are the putts you need to take the next step. Bam. Right in the heart.
Well, they've birdied every hole so far. Really putting on a show.
His teamwork.
What is the doubles
His
course
shot, my
record?
shot,
Timmy?
his shot.
You know, I don't know exactly, but I can recall at least some 18, 19 unders.
I'm calling a 22 under minimum today out of one of these teams.
I shot a 17 last year. I think they're going in the 20s for sure.
Bada boom.
There's the champs. Only lost a stroke. I told you, a little flash of the ring. What are they down for? 20 holes to go. 22 holes to
That's
go.
teamwork right there.
It's not over. It's never over.
His shot, my
All
shot,
right,
his
let's
shot.
get on over to hole 6. Here we are at hole 6, Blue Ribbon Pines. This is a par 4, 620 feet.
And again, this is the prettiest hole maybe. The other one's the hardest one. This is maybe the prettiest par 4 on the course. And here comes Cale Leiviska right at us with the buzz, trying to play safe with the layup.
Yeah, at about the 400 mark, there's a beautiful pond here, man-made pond. In fact, when we were course designing here, this was just kind of a grassy area. In passing, I said, you know what, Ray, down the road, putting a pond in here would be pretty cool. The next week, there was a pond.
And those of you designing courses, this is what a par 4 is supposed to be. You don't make a par 4 by putting a bunch of trees around to make me lay up. You put a pond in, then you got to lay up, and now no matter how great you are, everybody has the same difficult shot into the pin.
Well, you may know Timmy Gill is a great player and is a great promoter and everything else, but if you don't realize, he's a great course designer as well.
Nikko looks like he was trying to go for it, but to where, I'm not sure. And good thing Cale laid up for him.
Yeah, they'll be taking Cales. Now we got Kenny stepping up. These guys got to step up their game a little bit here to keep this match.
He's never seen this hole, and you know he's playing it blind. Champ's good at that, so I predict he'll just throw the rock right on that tee pad right there.
I would imagine that's a real good spot to be. A little hyzer angle.
And it lands directly on the tee pad.
Money.
Just to the left.
Well, we said in the beginning, even though he's playing blind, if the champ can see the shot, the champ can throw the shot.
And from there, they got about a 370 rip over the pond to get their birdie 3.
How can he throw a better shot than where Ken just put it? We'll have to see. Maybe a little straighter.
Well, that's hyzering a little bit. That's going to get blocked out. Oh,
Guess,
tree-itis for Barry today.
I guess a little flashback a couple years ago. We got the little Kenny-Cale battle for each team on the best drives. Looks like Cale. I bet he's going buzz.
That'd be a heck of a 3 on this hole to go buzz.
It's kind of a low ceiling. I'm thinking as a rope to Z Predator with a big skip at the end.
Here it comes.
It's a good height, pretty good angle.
Timmy's called it. Is that a Z-Pred? Big skip.
Let's go.
Oh, it's an Avenger. Plays the way I would have played it, a soft mid-stable driver. Control it so it doesn't fan skip out of the green.
So now, David, you've been playing with Nikko too, and he's throwing a mixed bag. What do you think about that?
I think it's cool. Throw whatever you want to throw, but I think for us to get bigger, we have to commit to one sponsor each player, just so we can promote the companies and create kind of a company rivalry a little bit, so that there's something to watch. A Nikko off the tree, but looks like Cale's played this hole pretty well.
You know, they continue to apply the pressure, and the champs usually do well under pressure, but they're going to feel it all day, I'm saying.
They need to put this close to stay within 4 strokes. Holy cow, these kids are on fire.
It does have a huge advantage, though. We're back to Nikko about the mixed bag. I think, every company has a disc that's maybe a little better at something, and I think we will have the best disc, but, I'm sure he's finding a neck for everyone.
And the champ has just thrown a perfect shot.
Never played the hole, 2 throws, 12 feet.
What did he throw there, David? What is that orange disc?
That's kind of like what me and Champ call fleshy. That means a T-bird that's so beat up that you can throw it with hyzer and it always goes straight. No matter where you go, Minnesota or Florida, it flies the same.
Now, what do you suppose Barry's ripping here?
Because that's what he uses. Me and Champ use the fleshy T-bird. Barry goes with the leopard. Oh, kicks short.
Nice, bro.
They had a chance to go in. Great shot.
I guess I'm going to move on to hole 7 myself and get some practice in. I'll catch up with you guys at the end.
Dave, we appreciate you coming by, man, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Yep, see you in a bit.
Thank you, David.
All right, looks like Nikko and Cale are just out just a little here. That's a pretty routine putt right here, bro.
It's a beautiful putt, too. Look at that sun beaming down through those pine trees.
Solid,
Just
Dave.
right in the heart. The kid seems to hit the same spot, same angle, same speed, and that's what it takes to be a great, consistent putter.
Absolutely. He is one to definitely, base your putting game on. He's very confident. You can just tell by the way he steps up and just throws it right in there.
You know, I played one of the hardest holes I've ever played, hole 17 at Renaissance with the Champ. First time he played it, he went rock, drop in. 3. I've threed the thing twice out of 100 and some times. And the same thing here, tough hole. How does that make you feel, Timmy?
Makes me feel great. It's a par 4, but a 3 is definitely a birdie. And for playing for the first time, that's how you play the hole.
That hole's exactly as easy as hole 3, right? We had 3 on hole 3 and a 3 here. It's the same, right?
Same.
Hey, what was that, Champ?
That was a fleshy T-bird.
Flashy T-bird, Dave called it. Now here we are at hole 7, 372 feet. This is breathtaking, Timmy.
It's another one of those shots. You just got to thread it right down the pines and just take a deep breath. And
Oh, first mistake for Cale, so now we're going to see how Nikko handles the pressure.
And they've birdied every hole thus far. So for them to keep that going, Nikko's got to throw a great shot here. This hole here, too, scoring spread-wise, is really good. You see a lot of 2s, you see a lot of 4s. And as a course designer, that's the stuff we love.
Well, that's turning over. That's trouble. That penetrated
That's
pretty
right.
good, and he's going to
Get that
have a
one.
fairly easy up and down. I think they might be able to get up and down from there.
They still have a shot at keeping their birdie streak alive.
Well, Barry eyeing this thing up. He's liable to be throwing his leopard again here, getting it to stand up. It's imperative to try to keep it in the fairway.
Absolutely, yeah. If you want any chance at, at least getting your 3, you got to be in the fairway here.
That's a good-looking shot. I believe that is a leopard as it levels out. He's going to get a good skip. Oh, and that's a great
Shot,
bid
Barry.
for it, too.
All right, they're waking up. They got a chance to gain a stroke here, possibly.
Well, Kenny now, chance he's got another fleshy T-bird. As Dave said, he's going to want this thing to flip up and just ride straight.
Once again, the sun beaming down through these pine trees.
baby.
What a beautiful sight. And look at that shot by Ken Climo. Oh, knocked down at the last second.
Got pimped late, but that really did just what you wanted to. Stood up and flew in. Tell you, they've got their first opportunity to get one of those strokes back. They're 4 down through 6 holes, and they better start making a move, or these kids will continue to run as hard as they can. Well, it looks like they did kick just in the edge. It's not quite as easy and up and down, but they're really not looking to get up and down. I think they're looking to make this thing.
I'm sure that's what they're thinking. They got a couple big pine trees, in between them, but I think they'll be just fine.
Maybe 75 feet. That's a little tougher off of your knee, bringing a lot of arm into factor and really easy to sort of pull it a little right.
Here's a chance. Ooh,
That was like it was going in, Timmy.
that was chain high.
Nikko now sees what he doesn't want to do, but that's still okay. Not a gimme, but inside the circle. And I expect Nikko to give this thing a good run.
He's a real good jump putter, so expect this to be a real good run.
It looks like he's still putting with the Wizard, and he was originally a Gateway team member, and now he is throwing the mixed bag, but
I believe that's the Gateway's deal, is that you can throw mixed bags, so he still is sponsored by Gateway, but he just throws an assortment of discs now. A lot of the Gateway guys swear by the Wizard. That's a very popular putter.
I think he sees the line. If he can just dial it in, he's feeling it.
He's taking his time.
Well, now he's chose a completely different style of putt, and maybe that line didn't feel good to him. He was just trying to convince himself it was a good line.
Here it comes.
Ooh, it's a great bid. They're all wrist, it looked like, too. Didn't have much leadway down there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of wrist snap on that and gave it a good run. Now here's a chance for the champs to get one back.
Well, they usually grasp this opportunity. They haven't had this chance yet today. I expect this to go in.
Yeah, it's only about 20 feet, a little bit uphill, but not much wind. This should be a 2.
Solid 2 right there. That'll bring them back to 3, unless these boys miss a little dinker, but I certainly don't expect 2 of the best putters in the world to miss a 14, 15-footer.
Now they got this one.
Now that's going to bring us back towards each other. Now we're going to go, you guys have seen a lot of stuff here. We're going to go on a little birdie stretch here that's a little different. We'll talk to Timmy about these holes, why he designed them that way, and let you hear it from him. But they are absolutely beautiful.
There's their par. Let's move on to hole number 8.
We're at hole number 8, and this is a different little flavor. 8 and 9 are really short. This is 155. And what's the purpose of this, Timmy? I mean, you know, it's just a different flair.
It's only 155 feet, but you really got to hit a line. And even the best players in the world can hit trees, and you just might see it here. Oh! Almost a hole in one.
The champ tried to give us the first ace on the clash, and that should be a relatively easy 2. But again, it is one that can absolutely alter your brain speed if you don't get it during a round.
Absolutely. And there's Barry Schultz hitting a tree.
And maybe one of the purest throwers we have in the game, and still couldn't quite hit the doorway. So distance and accuracy are important, but being able to control the speed of that disc is a good test. And I sort of like this hole, Timmy.
Absolutely. And now you also have to keep in mind that this is a pay-to-play course. This is a privately owned pay-to-play course. And we needed to design it so that it's fun for all levels of players. So this hole, as we see, can be challenged, very challenging for the world's best players and for recreational players.
Well, we've got Barry Schultz into a tree. We've got Nikko into a tree. Kenny just missed the ace, got a good putt for 2. Let's see what Cale does.
Nice little stall shot with a challenger.
Nice.
Solid shot, gonna leave him just inside of Kenny and Barry, and a well-designed hole. 2 through, 2 not through. You gotta like that, Timmy.
Absolutely. It just reinforces that short holes, if they're technical enough, they can still be great holes. Yes, they got about a 22-footer here. Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Pretty close to our first ace on the clash there. That was within the disc's width. Oh, he's got his little foot rock going, and that's another solid shot there, driving. I hear that's a partner out of Barry. Barry didn't want to walk over and take that putt.
155-foot hole. It's the pressure's on the first guy to make that putt, because you don't want to do that to your partner.
And we got Nikko here, gonna putt from Cale's drive.
Oh.
Dead center like usual.
Well, there's a couple of birdies. We're going to the next hole. Hole number 9, 140 feet. Now we're at hole 9, and they had to walk up about 70 feet to look over about 60 feet to see the hole. Give me the idea on this. I know a lot of people don't like this hole, and from what I heard, Timmy Gill says this hole ain't going nowhere, so you better get used to it.
You better believe it. It's a little fish hook, 140-foot hole, and what you'll see is you're going to see all kinds of different shots. You're going to see forehands, you're going to see little jump putts to the corner, and then jump putt towards the basket. You're going to see turnovers, and the fact that you can 2 or 4 this hole just as easy as a 500-foot hole is what I really, really like. And the fact that we're even talking this much about a 140-foot hole means there's something unique about it.
Well, now, there was a good shot. He got in, kicked off the edge of what we're going to call the green. They've got the whole hole lined with logs and red chips throughout the whole hole, not just the green. That's about circle's edge putt there. Good look, clean look at the basket.
Yeah, that's definitely a green light for the next one to be aggressive. Oh, that's right there, too.
Well, now, the problem with that is you're going to have to straddle out to the right there to have a clean shot, or you're going to have to manipulate those trees. So even though this is a wide open green, well-placed trees there, Timmy.
Yeah, it definitely is a challenge. And like I said, 2s and 4s happens a lot. And it's only 140 feet.
Oh, there's a nice kick back onto the green there. And I'll tell you, if we're pay to play out here, I would gladly pay $5 to have one of these in my city to be able to walk out and play all day long, because, you can go up, you can get you some lunch, you can get you a snack, you can rest, you can play another round.
Ooh, there's a great shot.
And the facility is just breathtaking. It's magical to be out here. The aura that's going on And I really want to thank you for all the energy and effort you've done to put this thing in, Timmy. I know it's not easy.
Well, thank you, sir. And like you said, $5 is not a lot of money to spend. And every time that you come out here, you're going to see new wood chips, you're going to see new boulder walls, you're going to see those beautiful perks to the course. So you forget about that $5 after about 2-3 holes into it.
Well, and so far, how long has this thing been open?
This is our 4th season being open.
Well, and thus far, they have yet to keep any money. All the money goes back into the course so far. So, you know, come on out and spend 5 and leave 10.
That's kind of what we like to think.
It looks like they're going to go with berries. It's closer, and both these guys have a straddle putt.
Oh yeah, this shouldn't be a problem for these guys.
Oh yeah, that'll keep the box. That's a 2 on a 140-foot hole, and then again, you know, you absolutely have to get these, man.
You really do, and you absolutely must not bogey.
And you have to make a great shot to give yourself a putt. I mean, how do you play this hole, Timmy? Do you play the sidearm or do you play the high stall?
I naturally throw a nice stall sidearm, actually, nice and high around that mando tree, and then it hides her right at the bucket.
There's a pair of 2s, and we hope you enjoyed the little dink and dunk, because we're done with that. On to the next hole.
Yeah, we own those 2 holes.
All right, here we are at hole 10. This is 565 feet. This is a legitimate par 4, and boy, this is a tough shot. I mean, we're just about in where a perfect landing zone would be. But you got to throw a great shot to get here, Tim.
Yeah, you really have to thread the trees. Once again, that's kind of the theme out here at Blue Ribbon Pines. But on this one, you got to thread it with an Annie kind of fade to it if you're a backhand, right-hand player. And it's kind of a placement shot. You just want to get up here about 300 feet to set yourself up for another 250 or so on your second shot.
Well, Champ still got the box. Looks like Kenny and Barry are sort of discussing what they might do. Champ asked for the okay. We give it. Here we go.
At about the 390 mark, there is an OB pond over here as well, so you don't want to hide your own.
Oh, the Champ's starting to get into form, Kenny. I mean, Tim. Oh, look at that.
Doesn't get much better than that. Right down the middle, and the crowd likes it.
That's an old school first run red TL that he's probably had in his bag for over a decade, and it's made many shots just like that.
And the first time playing the hole, that's very impressive.
Well, Barry looks like he may, he's making a disc change. Maybe he's going to decide to try to get jiggy with it, because it's going to be hard to outdo that one right there, buddy.
I would imagine so. You know, these guys are teammates, but that's always nice to outdo your partner as well.
There's Barry Schultz on the tee. Oh, I like that. If it doesn't spin too fast there. Oh, that's going to fly, Kenny's.
Oh, that's just mean.
And we thought Kenny had a great shot until Barry sees. I'm looking at the look on Timmy's face. Say what you want to say.
He's 90 to 100 feet past Kenny.
And is that quite possibly one of the better ones you've ever seen on this hole?
I believe so, yes.
Timmy sort of giggles. He had the bug eyes as that one flew by us well over our head. That was a spectacular shot. Really putting the pressure on the kids. That needs to flip up, Timmy.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be a good spot. He's quite a ways down the fairway, but definitely in the rough.
Well, here we go, putting the pressure on the kids. I believe the Champ's poker game hangover has wore off, and we'll see if the boys can handle this run the Champs are going to put on them.
Nikko's got to throw a good shot here.
Oh, that's a little early. Oh, he gets through an unbelievable window.
That's got a sit. Oh, that's well beyond the OB pond. That's a heck of a drive, too.
I'll tell you, he come through that right side, hit just the smallest window you've ever seen, and he's never in danger, as they would say.
I saw somebody go in the pond over here on the left last year.
Well, we got Kenny and Barry out here from the angle. Beautiful drive from Barry. And a perfect little upshot there from the Champ. Green light.
That's making a par 4 look pretty easy.
That actually got a little hot. I expect both those guys, but we're close to the circle's edge on that putt, and still looks like the green light's there for Barry as he pulls Schwebby out. He's really trying to eye this thing up.
So when you say he pulls Schwebby out, what do you mean by that, Barry?
Well, the Schwebby is a disc that was Brian Schweberger, and he gave it to Barry, and Barry promptly threw it right in the hole in that tournament, and he's thrown it in the basket a good 6 or 8 times, and so he just sort of rubs it in on Big Brian, and we call it Schwebby, and that's why he throws it. Look where it ended up.
Well, we need Schwebby to get up here to Blue Ribbon Pines one of these years.
Oh, let me tell you what, he chopped some of these pines down with that thumber, baby.
I can just imagine.
Well, now, you know, they might be a little further, and there's absolutely no doubt that the champs have got to drop in 3, but these boys have got a little something to deal with here. Looks like Nikko's maybe thinking a roller or a quick thumber through there.
Yeah, they don't have much of an angle there, so...
Oh, he threw a thumber right into a tree right out of his hand, and now he's really put the pressure on Cale.
Yeah, I mean, they're not out of the woods. They could have some troubles here.
Well, it looks like the Anheuser route that Cale's looking at, that Nikko looked at, is just maybe unobtainable, because Cale's also looking at trying to punch a baseball-style shot through that hole. I mean, the goal is just to get past the tree Nikko challenged and hit. If you can get past that tree, you can get up here on the green and maybe get up and down, Tim.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't get up here for a putt.
Now, when you design this hole, you know that even though we're throwing the big Anheuser there coming down, because it is 595 feet long, or excuse me, 585, you know, that's a general bailout area. Did you actually take all this into consideration of where they'd have to deal with over there?
Well, that's... he gets knocked down a little short. Actually, that's where the pond is at about the 400 mark to deter people from hyzering out. And Nikko carried the pond. So normally you don't see him get that lucky through the trees and go that far.
Well, not in the course design, because being one of the better players in the world, Timmy generally knows where the landing areas are, and Nikko just flew the landing area. Now, we've got a situation here. The boys are under the basket for their 3 here. They're definitely going to gain a stroke unless these boys can toss one in. But this is Nikko's specialty.
Yes, it is. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, it's not that Leiviska doesn't have a good long putt, but Nikko is known for throwing these things in all over the country.
They do have a branch kind of hanging down that might limit the height they can actually get on it.
And Nikko did sort of do a stab at that to keep it under, but that was a great bid, just about 3 or 4 inches low.
Green light for Cale now. Nothing to worry about, but chain high.
That's got the height. He's going after it.
Seen that before.
Oh, he almost picks Barry's up. He's not sure as he looks around. He says, maybe I'll just leave them all there. I'll pick Kenny's up because I know they're not going to use it.
I saw you.
And he's calling as he wants to know what he was thinking about doing with Schwebby. He loves his disc, and a great putt there to keep this match within range. That's a 3-stroke lead for the champs, as the kids wouldn't let them get one back there. We're here at hole 11, 325 feet. Oh, they are going to challenge it right out of the gate, Timmy. They're definitely going for the park job here.
Yeah, the shot here is a hyzer shot that tips up just for a slight second. You want to get a skip. That gives you a putt on this beautiful elevated basket.
Now, the basket, as you will see in a moment, is centered in a beautiful tree stump, and if that'll just penetrate, that's a good-looking shot.
That's real good right here. Parked.
Comes right to us. A big skip. Tell you what, Kenny is really lacing some shots to see these holes for the first time.
Yeah, he's definitely doing well, and we'll get to see here. This is about a 20-foot putt, and the basket is elevated, which definitely changes a 20-footer.
Now, that's more like about a 27-footer, and it's uphill. But for those boys with the mindset, you got to understand, I used to be that way. A 30-footer is a 20-footer in your brain.
This is a good shot coming in. Up, gets knocked down. It's still a long putt, but Cale still has to throw.
Yeah, that's a tough putt from up there. The green running away. If you don't bang it, you could end up with an extra stroke, and that's not what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, if that was singles play, that's a tricky spot to be. I would expect Cale to rope one right up here, though. Oh, he hits a tree, and they're making a match here. If the champs can bang their putt, maybe gain one here and cut it to 2. Make the rest of the holes kind of fun.
Yeah, that's hole 11 here, 325 feet. It's not the distance so much as it is the manipulation of the trees. Another great design by Timmy Cale. I'll tell you that, I'm going to say they're maybe 48 to 50 feet somewhere in that area. dropping off behind him. Not a gimme putt by any means.
Not at all, but Cale's leading the way here, and I'd expect him to probably make it.
Well, he could have a little follow-through problem there. I noticed he looked down. He decided to go ahead and mark it with a hot putt. One of the concerns is, the footing when you come down, so that could affect him a little.
Absolutely, but Cale's a true athlete, and those kind of things really shouldn't bother him.
Oh, hell, looking at the basket so hard, looking past the tree right there. Just caught it, putting a little pressure on Nikko, and that's not necessarily a gimme putt where Cale's laying.
No, but I would guess Nikko's still gonna give it a good run.
Nikko very methodical, but a lot of the players are very patient with him because you're allowed to go through your routine, and if that's what it takes to get it to go in, it works for him.
If I could putt as good as him, I'd be doing the same thing.
Oh, I mean, just pure, about 2 inches low. He was going after it, and that'll just show you that the kid is a wonderful putter. Kenny wants to claim that birdie. It's his first time seeing the hole, and he really likes to say, I birdied that hole, so he's going to putt first. Champ knocks another one down, brings the deficit down to 2, and that's just classic Ken Climo.
Absolutely. It's awfully flat down in Florida, but nothing really bothers the champ. A little elevated basket, nothing phases him. He's seen it all.
You see Barry there messing with Nikko as he comes by. Him and Kenny getting a little juice there. Nice shot, champ.
Thanks. Got a little lucky on the outside route, but Barry said the ones on the right tend to get through more than the ones on the left. So.
All right, here we are at hole 12, 290 feet. Forced Anheuser out of the gate with water directly behind the basket, TG.
Yeah, it's just a nice turnover shot, but you really got to be touchy on it, because if you go a little hot, you're going to hit the water back there, and you'll notice that these white birch trees are wrapped in white tree protection, which was a nice touch by the Jordan family.
Definitely. The champ, 7 birdies in a row. That's long, that's in the water, and that's a deep little pond right there. That is out of bounds. Barry asks for the signal. I give it to him, and he drops his head, walks to the tee. And that's a jewel right there. The champ's going to want that back.
I can see down there, it's sitting right there, and we got some spectators sitting right here. That'll probably fish that out for him.
Oh, the pressure now on Barry after 7 birdies in a row.
And slow down, Billy.
And that hits a good patch of grass. Wow. That's safe. That is certainly not a gimme putt, but with those 2 guys coming at it, they're going to be at circle's edge. I expect that to go in for their 8th birdie in a row, and now the kids.
Yeah, the champs are 8 down, the kids are 10 down, and they got a chance to put one close here to get to 11 down.
Nikko comes in a little short, misjudged that thing, and that's a death putt right there.
Now the pressure's on Cale, because they do not want that one.
Well, even though Barry and Kenny aren't parked, they're in a really good shape. The water's edge is out of the way on their putt, so that will not be a factor. And it's up to Cale here to keep his team in this, or we're going to be right back to almost knotted up at 1 stroke. So they've got a 2-stroke lead for now.
Yeah, Cale's played here before. He's got a nice little turnover, natural turnover, and this shouldn't be a problem for him.
There it comes. I'm liking it.
And he is too.
Oh, that is absolutely par. There was no pressure there for Cale, he says. He's going to drop that in. We got a spectator going to try and work on Kenny's shot.
This is what I do with my little...
That's not just any spectator. That's Sam Grobel. He's the up-and-comer here at Blue Ribbon Pines. He's a real go-getter, and down the road, down the future here, he's going to be the man to beat.
Well, we're going to have to Cale there. Tough putt.
While they're fishing out the disc, the kids are going tap out here.
Here's Champ here to keep pace just on the circle's edge.
A little bit of a breeze out here, not too bad.
Looked good. Just didn't have quite enough oomph, and maybe the first pressure Barry's felt on the green today.
Here we go. Time to make it.
Just enough wind out here to make you think.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, a little corner shot, never a doubt. He chops on up there to get that thing. They keep up pace, and now we're on to a hole here, hole 13. Expect to see some more ace runs coming in here, Timmy. We're at hole 13. This is a 350 shot, sort of out of a little tunnel, beautiful wide open, and then back into some woods on the green here. Very nice hole, Timmy.
Yeah, it's really nice throwing over the sod field, and what I like about it is it's kind of a late turn. You got to go about 250, 260, and then have it turning, so it takes a very skilled turnover shot.
Well, Barry and Kenny seem to be easing into this, really getting into a rhythm. Expect them to have a couple of birdie opportunities and have a choice on this hole.
Looks like Barry's going a little high. He's going to have to get sneaky through the trees here.
He tried the skinny gap. It would have been really sweet, but hit a leaf of steel, came straight down and directly applied the pressure to Kenny.
80 feet short probably. Now Climo on the tee.
Looks like he's got the fleshy T-bird again, so I'm looking for a stand-up flipper almost straight. Looking good.
Gonna have to get a little lucky as well, though. These guys are going for that hyzer gap, and that's a 30, 25-footer.
That's a good-looking shot as it gets a little more up on the green. Little uphill, maybe playing close to 30 feet, but certainly not much problem for those two guys.
Now Cale's got his buzz out here. He'll put a nice pop on it with a left to right fade.
He's kept that thing down, and that's that local knowledge of that lamb up there.
Absolutely. But that's not a bad shot. That definitely gives him a chance here. Let's see what Nikko's got.
And he's about 50, 55 feet away. Both these guys are great long putters, but you want to get inside of that.
Yeah, you really do. It's not the fastest green out here, but there's a couple trees around, and let's see what Nikko's got.
Oh, he's chose the big swoopy nanny.
That's how I play the hole. That's how a lot of the locals play it. He's a little high, though.
Oh, hits the tree, comes down, and there's a great opportunity for the champs to get one more stroke, get this thing back to one.
Little putting contest.
I bet a little wider.
Change your shirt there?
Yeah, a little wardrobe change. I was starting to sweat a little bit.
Look at the hole, but this is where that putting's going to come out to play right here, TG.
Yeah, he just tossed a little grass. There's a little breeze blowing through the trees here. Look at that focus.
Oh, dead on, just raised a little.
That's that breeze that I had just mentioned. It kind of picked it up.
It's a great bid. He was on his way to get that one. And Nikko looking to knock one of these down like he does every day, everywhere he plays.
He's got the green light here now, so I wonder if he's going to change his approach and be a little bit more aggressive, or if he just sticks to his routine.
I think his routine, his approach is the same every time. Pick it up out of the basket, go to the next hole. At least that's his thought process.
And for such a young kid, that's pretty high level.
Well, he's only been playing on the pro circuit for about 3 years, but the elevation in his game is dramatic. He's made it in an elite group, and he's contended at the Worlds already.
Well, when you win the Memorial, that'll get your confidence up.
Oh, he did not like it. It came out a little early. Very disappointed with himself. A lot of emotion, and we like emotion in this sport.
That's it. That's the last
Absolutely.
one. I promise.
We're going to do a little different here. Generally, all day today, Kenny's been putting the shots that he drove, and I felt like that was because he wanted to claim that birdie. And he's going to let Barry step up and knock this out, and I don't think he feels like he has to putt this hole.
Well, with 14 world titles between them, I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And there it is. Just like that, they're within one stroke. TG says they know what they're doing. Don't question the plans they have. You can see he's over here talking with Cale. They're trying to figure out what they should have done. What they did do was get a birdie and get within one. Cale now to tap in, and we're going to move on over to hole 14. Another beautiful hole, Blue Ribbon Pines. If you ever are lucky enough to get up to the Minnesota area, this is a course you absolutely have to check off on your lifelong dream to play as many courses as you can.
Wow, I heard about this.
I'm the Nature Boy. I'm here with Steve Beckman, one of the co-designers of the course. And this is a memorial plaque we've got here for Mike Sisker. And from what I understand, if it wasn't for Mike, this course would have never happened and none of you guys would have ever met.
Well, he's a great disc golf player, and, you know, everyone that was pretty much involved in this course knew this guy, and he was just the greatest inspiration to disc golf. And you know, Mike Ziskar, he could drive 250, but he'd putt 150. So what can I tell you? Just a great disc golfer.
Well, if you get an opportunity here at Blue Ribbon Pines, just come over, check out the plaque for Mike, and we really appreciate all the energy and effort you've put. Some wonderful course out here, Steve.
Thank you, Billy.
All right, here we are, hole 14. This is 335 feet, and it's just a pure power hyzer, Timmy. This is a fun shot.
It really is. It's just really refreshing to get out of the woods a little bit and just air one out across this beautiful green sod.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple of nice trees. They seem to be in the way, but actually, they're, in my eyes, they're a great target just to throw at over and then come down in. We got a little wind picking up, but it's sort of quiet on the green, so I'm interested to see how the champ does this.
Definitely. And the OB trench there won't come into play for these guys. They'll just be ripping hyzers right over it.
Oh, I'm liking it.
One time.
That has got a chance. About 10 feet behind the bucket, but that was chain high. That was a great bid.
Quite a bit.
Not a gimme birdie putt, though.
No, chain high going by. Barry's got to think about putting a little bit closer in that.
Now, the only thing I want Barry thinking about is picking this thing up out of the basket, baby. We want an ace on the Clash really bad.
Yeah, I know we want that, but these guys want to win.
You got a point there. It is all about the struggle of getting up and down, and you know that thing bit, and that's going to be on the circle's edge, maybe a little downhill, certainly within their range.
Absolutely, I wouldn't put it past him. So now here comes Cale on the tee. Or no?
Oh, it's Nikko. Cale's there, and Nikko's shot back in the corner. Oh, good power hyzer there.
Looks a little high. The wind's going to carry that left of the pin. And
Yeah, baby.
a little 22, 25 footer left.
And now we got Cale. Cale really prefers overstable plastic, so I'm looking for him to dump something out really high and let the disc fall to the bucket.
Absolutely, I would imagine he's got a Z Predator in his hand. Nice big hyzer.
Well, that's a little tight, a little short maybe.
Drop in two.
Great breaks. That's going to get them maybe 15 feet. Looks like Kenny and Barry are going to have to keep putting, get their ninth straight just to keep pace. But we've got a match here. We've gone from 4-stroke lead down to 1-stroke lead. Lots of golf left, guys. 27 holes out here. $5. Are you kidding me? Well, we made the call there. I don't know if it's any closer, but it's a little downhill, a little friendlier site, and they're going to take Barry's. Looks like maybe they've gone to the traditional I drive, you putt.
Yeah, they've been mixing it up, but I wouldn't put it by Kenny to drain this putt.
Never in doubt. He's got his form running. I'll tell you, if he's got that form this weekend, the boys better look out.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to see what Kenny can do here playing singles, and we're very happy to have him here for the Minnesota Majestic.
So we've got Cale's drive here. Nikko's setting up to putt.
He's got a little bit of a headwind, but it's only about a 15-footer.
Butter on a roll. Just a routine putt for the guys. They get them another birdie, and their energy's still up, but we got a match now.
12 down to 11 down, and the champs at one point were down by 4 after 5, and it's only 1 stroke. We got a lot of holes to go here.
We're here, hole 15, roughly just a little over halfway through the match. This is 253 feet, and this is the bowl hole. This basket is down in a bowl, and you've got a log there on the entrance. What's that all about? You trying to stop people from sliding in?
Well, stop people from sliding in. And also, a few weeks ago at the Masters Cup, Greg Barsby had a shot heard around the world that it was a roller ace. And when you hear that it was a roller ace, what? Well, we thought about here at Blue Ribbon Pines, we do have a unique green with that sunken basket. And what a great opportunity to put that log there and pop up rollers for a possible roller ace.
Well, now there's a good looking shot right there. Barry spun that up, maybe 18 feet down into the bowl.
Just a nice turnover rock for him.
And now the champ here, he's going to be hunting some chains, and this is sort of, you've got several options, but it's really truly an Anheuser shot through those 2 big trees. And once you throw that shot, even though it looks incredibly tight, there's a lot of room. Oh, and there's a little whirl champ love, as Barry likes to call it, keep him right in the right direction.
Yeah, when I was designing this hole, I saw those 2 big oak trees, and I said, we're going through those. You know, we have the beautiful pines that, force your tunnel vision out here, but there's some beautiful oaks as well.
Well, and we've got some wonderful leaning and really some unusual trees trees. And again, they look from the tee like they're, oh, that's a horrible shot. They're going to kick left and really going to put the pressure on Cale, as that might have slipped out on Nikko.
That must have, 'cause that's definitely in a rough spot. But look to Cale to really throw a good shot here, right down the middle.
Cale's got a solid Anheuser, and again, being only 253, just wants to put a good move, and that's a pure shot.
That is on the money.
That's a little
Nice,
left.
Cale.
That's good though. Let's go.
There we go.
We got two just
That
outside
one's
the
in the
bowl.
bowl.
We got a great match going here. We got some serious birdies happening, and let's let these guys come on down. We'll finish up the bowl hole. Pretty easy putt here for those guys.
Man, like the champ just mentioned, it's pretty tough to roll away from this one.
Never a doubt
solid
as he
right
drops
side.
it in. Kenny says, yeah, he likes it, and they're really getting into a groove.
It's a great battle here. This is really fun to watch.
We put a lot of teams
That's
together,
really neat.
and I don't really care who we put together. You put these two guys together, that's the powerhouse team on the planet right now.
Like I mentioned, 14 world titles.
Hey, Nick.
And Nikko keeps pace there. We're on to the next hole. Yet another birdie at the bowl hole here at Blue Ribbon Pines. We're here, hole 16. This is 250 feet. This is about two truck widths down the fairway there. More than amply fair, Timmy.
Yeah, and it's a nice little righty turnover shot, little fade towards the basket. And you got to thread these trees. And if you want a chance at a 2, if you hit early wood, you're in trouble.
Well, I have given the champs the go-ahead. They are looking this thing up, and again, this is a good opportunity for somebody to draw some metal. This is just a pure mid-range shot.
It really is. And with a really tough par 4 coming up next, you want to make sure that you get your 2 here.
There's a good-looking shot heading in. Needs a little skip. That's going to leave him just outside the circle's edge.
Green line.
25, 35 feet. That's definitely in their range, though.
Well, the champ likes it. He's giving some high fives to the group there. Maybe Barry feels like he's got the green light and give it a run.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
One more, all right.
They're tucked in just a little to force the Anheuser some, but it's really more of a visual than actual angle.
Yes, indeed. It kind of messes with you on the tee. You got to really focus on your angle of release.
Well, in my opinion, that's part of a great hole design. Anything that forces you to
Jay.
think on the tee about doing something
Salmon
different
Mag?
than you actually need to do is a great hole, Timmy.
There's a lot of that out here at Blue Ribbon Pines.
Right here.
Now it looks like we've got the kids coming over. I believe Cale's going to be on the tee.
Never seen this tee.
He's thrown this shot hundreds of times. I'm looking for a park job.
Yeah, I would imagine he's either going Challenger or beat up Buzz.
He stepped out. He's thinking about it here. He knows they need this to get that stroke back. He stepped out, sort of felt the wind, and putting a little pressure on himself.
Stepped out to see what kind of angle of release he wants on it.
I'm liking it.
Oh, that's just a butter shot. Turnover magnet. Hit the rocks.
And that's what you're looking for right there, the super easy putt. Now he's giving the green light to Nikko, and Nico's going to try to run this thing down here and knock the bucket over.
And give these great fans out here something to cheer for.
That's a little low, not for our ace run. Going to get up there around where Kenny is, and we've got a certain birdie for the kids and a tough putt here for the champs.
Count it.
Which is okay.
Well, we got Nikko picking his up. Kenny picked his up. They're going to come off for Barry. Oh, it's just a beautiful day. We had a big rainstorm last night. So peaceful, and we've got the birds singing for us. It's just very nice out here. I'd get out here every chance I get, Timmy.
Yeah, the wildlife really adds to the experience of Blue Ribbon.
And I want to say they're just on the inside of the circle's edge. Solid putt.
I'm surprised they took that lie over there. They had a wide open, nothing in their way.
Well, I think it's maybe 6 to 8 feet closer, and once you get set up, it's fine over there. No shul in the way of the hands.
Creepy crawler.
Yeah, bouncy, bouncy.
Just enough to get it over. There's no room for comment on the card. It'll just say 2. Cale's going to tap in. We're going to ease on down to the next
I'm
hole.
gonna try the bouncy.
Hole Hole 17. This is a 535-foot legitimate par 4, TG.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to punch it through this gap, and then there's an OB pond right there, which eats up a lot of discs. And you get down there about 400 feet, that gives you 135 left, and you got to get around the corner. So this is a legit par 4, and in fact, it's actually drivable to get you a chance at an eagle, which I think in our sport needs to happen more often, is a chance to eagle.
Well, you're calling this a drivable par 4. I'm telling you guys at home, when you come out here, you just keep it out of that pond way back there where we walk past, and then maybe you can get it on up here. Unless you're one of these elite players, you are not getting it up here where we're standing.
There's Barry Schultz right down the middle. He's going to be over to the left a little bit. Up, knocked down. That'll be a decent shot. They can maybe still get their 3 from there, but I wouldn't put it past Kenny to put it quite a ways down there.
Well, Kenny loves these stand-up shots. He loves to create flight, and you know, you don't win 12 world championships unless you can manipulate flight.
And as we keep saying, this is his first time playing the course, so this is new to him.
He's going to come out of that chute. He's turning it over. Oh, scratch. He was trying to get it out over the water and then bring it in. You know, he's in a horrible position. Barry's not in a great position, but they may have to go up top, up and over to get down here, up and down for a birdie putt.
Kenny's human, you know, showing that, you know, even the best in the world, that they hit trees.
We got Nikko here, and he has no fear. He has really put a rip on that.
That is
wet.
gone.
That is gone.
Splash. Now the pressure's on Cale to really hit this gap.
Well, Barry's shot suddenly looking really good. And unless Cale can do something, those guys are going to have an advantage. And just a few seconds ago, we thought they were at a disadvantage.
Well, I've seen Cale have some chance at eagle on this hole, so I wouldn't put it past him to put it way up down that fairway. That is frozen rope.
Nice shot, Cale.
Big skip right in the heart. That's going to be a pretty easy up and down if they can just get their second shot. I'm going to guess somewhere around 260, maybe 270. Tough stance, but I can see Barry's arm. It's free. He's got movement, and I'd expect him to put a good move on this shot.
Yeah, I would think so too. He's got to keep it low and under those branches, and a little bit of a breeze out here.
Well, let's turn it over a little. If he can get just a little lucky, that's penetrating.
There's OB over there. That's in the water. That is
just
OB.
Did not crest.
Yeah, I should have done the stance.
All right, we've indicated, I don't know that's what Kenny wanted to hear, but we let him know that Barry went OB, and Kenny's probably asking, what do they mean? Where's the OB?
Yeah, first time playing this hole. That OB can sneak up on you, and that's not what you want to do.
Well, we'll see how strong the man's mind is, because, you know, we interrupted him right there and put that into his brain, and that's the last thing you really want to do. So let's watch the champ do what he does best.
Yeah, nice smooth shot under those branches.
Oh, that's butter on a roll, my friend. That is absolutely perfect, TG.
That's how you play the hole, you know. Ideally, you wouldn't want to be over in those trees, but just put it in play and then throw a nice little slow fade on your second shot.
Cale's played the hole quite a bit. I know he knows what's going on here. I'm thinking he's trying to line this thing up to ring it. He's wanting to get a stroke back from these guys. Not happy about giving away 3 of the 4 that they had.
One stroke is not enough with these guys.
It looks like Nikko's going to take the first run at it here. You expect him to go low under these trees, or you think they might take the ante coming around the outside?
Well, I would imagine them to go low and straight at it. They're kind of on the right side of the fairway, so here's a nice straight staller.
Yeah, buddy.
There's a green light for Cale as that thing is parked.
Green light. You see a lot of guys throw a forehand second shot here. You put it out there where Cale is and throw a big, forehand hyzer around that tree. But I'm pretty sure Cale will go straight at this too.
Well, he's thrown one spectacular shot in for us. Let's see if he can give us something else super special. That's gacked a little right. Over the OB, comes in. They'll be picking that up as he's about 14 feet, not quite close enough. Another star birdie hole here at Blue Ribbon Pines.
I just love watching that approach come in. It hits that side and just sticks like Velcro.
Yeah, we got the champ after a great up shot. A little tap in for the birdie. Cale coming over to do the same. Made that hole look pretty easy, Timmy.
Well, we saw Kenny's drive off the tee. If this was singles, he'd be not doing quite so hot. But yeah, they did make this par 4 look easy.
And we're going to step over to a real golf hole, a super long hole with some wonderful, wonderful work been done on it. Let's move over to hole 18. All right, we're at hole 18. Out here in the open, the wind's going to pick up for us. This is a 750-foot par 4, and I really like what you've done with the landing zone. That's about 20 to 25 foot wide there. How far is that off the tee?
421 feet.
Is that from the start of it? So you got to carry roughly 440 to get over that. So, and these guys can do it. But it's a challenging shot, and we're going to hopefully either see somebody get over, or we're going to see some golf played where they're going to lay up and try to strategically master this hole.
Yeah, we got a left to right wind, so that really bodes well for these guys to rip over that trench. But that's the beauty, is that on the tee they got to make up their mind. Do I want to try and carry it, or do I lay up short of it?
Well, we got Barry Schultz, and I know all of these guys can clear that 420 shot here. They're plenty loose by now as we're at hole 18. I'm looking for a great, great pull here.
What a good-looking tee pad, huh, Billy?
I'll tell you, Ray has done a lot of work, and he's not even attempting to go over. Maybe he's just going to get it up there and get it in position.
Yeah, that was a layup well short. A well short layup by Barry now. Kenny can try and rip it another 50, 60 feet closer.
It looked like Kenny wasn't quite sure what Barry did there. Maybe he wanted him to get a little closer, and Kenny reached back a little bit on that.
Stay up.
Yeah, he's popped it real good, and that's going to come up just short of the trench. Or not.
Yeah.
Boom! Just short of the other side of the trench there. It doesn't,
Got bad
one of
feel,
the things
this guy
about the
in the group?
champ, he's not known as a power player. He's a great player all around. He's got sneaky power.
I sure hope I'm throwing 450 when I'm 40.
Yeah, you masters look out. Anytime the champ wants to take your money, he can just show up because he's legally able. Now, you know Cale, he's not the biggest of guys, and he likes to throw over stable plastic. But I tell you, this kid can flat out rip.
That trench is not even in his mind.
It's just rip that thing with an Anheuser. That's on a frozen rope.
And he's a good 20, 30 past Kenny.
I tell you, that's a rip. Now, I'm interested to see what Nikko does because he really likes to bomb. Oh, he's looking at a 360 with his partner over. You think he's going to get jiggy with it?
Well, if there's ever a big enough tee pad, I think that's the one to do it on.
18 feet long. You know, those boulders are not in play. They're there simply for aesthetic purposes, and I believe my boy's going to do a 360. Let's watch this. Boom.
Go, baby! No height. Yeah, let's
That's
go.
catching the wind. That's going a long ways.
He's disappointed. I heard him from here say, "Oh, I just threw it so low." He's 50, 60 past that mark.
So that was really fun to watch. You watched Barry kind of lay up, and if they were playing singles, he'd have about 375 to 400 foot shot again to try and get the birdie 3. And now those guys just cleared the trench. They got about a buck 80, 220 right around there, so it makes their job a lot easier to get that birdie 3.
Yeah, since we're playing doubles, we're gonna go to the other side of the trench and see if we can get somebody to toss one in. But that was a sweet 360 by Nikko. Well, I tell you, looks like Barry and Kenny are going to be out. Great shot by the champ, but they're well behind the kids.
Well, they definitely cleared the trench, and like we were saying, they got about 220, 230 to go.
Well, this is all right here with the wind coming in wide open. You know, this is where they make a difference. They can judge, they can control that speed, and I'm looking for these things to be really close.
And like the previous hole, this is a sod field, so the grass really makes them stick like Velcro, so that's not going to skip anywhere.
Still, it's about 20 feet, maybe 22 feet. Barry's got his Firebird going to just take this wind, maybe throw a spike up there.
Yeah, he's got all the room in the world to work with, though. So, you know, take the wind out of the equation and throw something over stable, big spike hyzer.
Well, if it gets carried away, you know, about 30 feet behind that basket is the OB. He has chose a spike hyzer, and that wind is not that friendly for it.
That's a pretty darn good shot.
Yeah, he missed it.
There was a little left.
So yeah, that's an easy tap in there. But you know, this is one of the toughest shots when it's just you in the basket, and you've really got to judge. There's nothing controlling anything, and you can throw the Anheuser, you can throw straight, you can throw the big hyzer like Barry did, but you've got to be a committed player on a shot like this.
Absolutely, and these guys are well over the trench, about 200 feet out.
Get up.
I'm liking that.
That'll be just fine.
It's a plot job. Going to give a green light to Nikko to try to run this thing in, and let's see what he does.
And it was Cale throwing a drone on that shot. When it's a little windy, the drone works real nice.
But you can see Nikko bringing the OB into play back there, but going with the driver, trying to knock the basket over. That's what we're looking for.
Yes, indeed. He had the green light, so the champ's got a little bit of work left, but nothing too hard.
Yeah, man, we got the champ here. Pretty easy tapping.
Little breeze, but it's nothing for him.
Yeah,
three.
That's another birdie. As these guys are ringing them up left and right. Can't seem to make up any ground, but the kids aren't losing any ground either.
Absolutely, and if you think back to the clash at Rennie Gold when we slayed a 17 down at one of the hardest courses in the world, they're making this course look pretty easy too.
We are at a very beautiful and unique hole. Not quite as beautiful and as unique as it will be next year, as we're going to talk to Ray about that. But this is hole 19. This is 267 feet. They've created an island green with the hay bales, and what Ray's going to do is just sick.
Yeah, the future plans are to, in the very center of the property here where the trench is going to come together, he's going to build a legit island green very similar to hole 17 at the TPC Sawgrass. So this is just
we got Ray walking
grimace.
in here. Ray, we're talking about TPC 17 Sawgrass. What are your plans, man?
My plans are, as long as Timmy okays it, we are going to dig out a big basin behind that basket. We're going to put footings in. We're going to put wood sides to it. We're going to put a big moat all the way around it. Hopefully in time for next year's Majestic.
You heard it right there from the owner of the property, and as Timmy said, he said, "Oh, I'd like to see a pond there." He saw a pond there next week.
Does that mean I have to do it now?
You are committed. We're going back to golf here at hole 19. This is an island green, and we've got the man himself, Ken Climo, on the tee.
Bit of a breeze here too. It's right to left from their angle there, and
you can certainly feel it where they're standing right now.
Oh yeah, and if you've ever played an island green before, your knees are kind of knocking. So, but these guys are pretty good.
I like the angle he's got on it.
One time.
Looks real nice. Get in the hole.
Oh, as he is just within a disc width of an ace, and I'm really disappointed.
First time playing the hole, and he missed by about a foot.
I'll tell you, that's a beautiful shot. Billy wants an ace so bad, y'all, on camera, and these guys just aren't good enough to give it to me.
Here goes Barry Schultz. This could be the one.
I'll tell you, that was just magnificent by Kenny. There's another dive by Barry.
Oh, he just mirrored Kenny's shot, and both of them just scaring the lights out of the basket.
I'll tell you, that's as close as you can get on back-to-backers. We got Nikko on the tee now, and I know what he's envisioning.
Oh, yeah. After seeing those last two shots, he's got a good read on it.
The wind's got that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and that is some love right there. As he kicks through the trees and flashes up on the inside, he'll appreciate that Friday.
Absolutely, yeah. He won't want to be doing that on Friday, but he got some good luck there and gave Cale the green light to ace run it like Kenny and Barry. He's got his drone out.
I like it. He put it well out there to let that wind work.
Oh, and
might have been closer than Kenny or Barry's same one.
Oh man, look at that sod just grabbed like
Through with a
Velcro.
little pressure on it.
Beautiful hole. This is hole 19, 265 feet, and this is soon to be the sawgrass of our sport.
Come on, partner. You can laugh, it's all right.
I didn't have my putter. Yeah, Neeks. I didn't have my red putter on me. Yeah, buddy.
Your disc over there.
We're here at hole 20, 335 feet, really unique tee pad, Timmy, with the circular motion there.
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of the things we like to do out here, as try new things, and the circular tee is a really nice touch.
Well, this is an absolutely beautiful green, 335 feet, and Ray dug this pond just inside, and your average player is gonna really have to lay up short of that pond, and your elite players, the pond shouldn't be in play, but. If you haven't seen that, Kenny may not even know it's there.
Oh, he knows. The fellows are telling him, and this is the definition of risk-reward.
Well, this is an absolute beautiful green, glacial rocks all the way around, full of red chips. Very demanding shot, but very achievable.
This is another hole that at one time was just kind of a low, flat, grassy area. And I said, you know what, Ray, someday a pond here would be great. Well, sure enough.
Here comes our first shot. Look at this thing. That's on the green.
Hit that rock and park.
Thank you. It's a park job for Barry.
Good shot, Barry.
And you could see, as one of the things Ray was telling us yesterday, you'll run off of that tee pad to the side to watch your disc finish. That's exactly what Barry did.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful shot by one of the best players in the world.
We got Kenny here with a green light. The champ doesn't get turned loose very often. I'm anxious to see this.
Bit of a tailwind for the guys here, so they can throw some a little bit more or less.
That needs to lift. I seen the dirt splash up, so that's on the other side of the water. Direct line, just needed to tweak his furtherance a little bit.
Great shot for the first time playing it. Now he knows to be a little bit higher.
Well, now we got Cale here. Cale's going to go first. I expected him to go second on most of these since he knew the holes a little better than Nikko, but maybe he's trying to show Nikko the line.
That's a great way to look at it. Yeah, he probably is giving Nikko the line, and Cale's great at this hole. He just turns over a buzz and usually doesn't have too much problem with it.
A little tight. He's clipped something. Does that have enough to get over?
Sploosh.
I believe that was the earth. I didn't see any ripples there. We got a spotter going over to take a check. He is in the water. He is in the water, OB. And here comes Nikko.
Come on, baby, get in the
that's
hole.
got plenty to get over. That's got to get down. Skims over the rock, just a little long. They're going to have about a 35-footer. That was an ace run there.
It's definitely an ace run. They got about 35-footer with the pond right behind it.
Horribly bad.
You got to use the rock, man. You got to use the rocks, man. Got to use them. I still thought that Cale's had a chance to get over.
I know.
It didn't look like it took that much speed off. It just nose up a little bit.
Well, we got Cale here. Good looking putt, a little high. Oh, that's twice he's run the flag today, and Nikko's going to have to run this, or we're going to have ourselves a tied match.
That was a real good aggressive putt, especially with that pond back there. This was signals that real pucker factor.
That's up. Oh, on the right side, nubbed out.
Just a bit outside.
That's going to give Barry and Kenny a nice little easy tap in. We're going to have a tie match, and you know, Cale's worried about that disc. He said he needs that baby back, so we got Ray over there digging. Cale said he brought his snorkel gear. He's going over to check. They're going to try to dig that booger out while we get ready for the next hole.
That makes 15 birdies in a row for the champs.
That's 15 down. Pulls us to a tie here, 17 apiece. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 holes left. Absolutely anything can happen out here, Timmy.
All tied up, and we got some short aceable holes. We got some tight wooded holes coming up, and this is going to be fun to watch coming down the stretch.
Well, we're at hole number 21. This is a 175-footer. Not a lot of pucker factor, boy. You just a lot of pressure on yourself because you really want to get this thing.
Yeah, we just played a couple wide open holes, and now you're back into the woods. And Kenny has hit a tree and kicked far left. And on this easy of a hole, that's not going to make him happy.
Well, fortunately, he's got a pretty good partner, and if Barry can just throw a decent shot here, those bad shots are really quickly and easily forgotten.
This is right in Barry's wheelhouse. You know, being from Wisconsin, there's a lot of holes, you know, similar to this in Wisconsin, and he proved just that.
As he throws his 98 Appleton World Championship putter up there and parks it. Now we got Nikko. Nikko looked like he's talking to his disc there. Maybe he's wanting a little magic and separate themselves.
Absolutely. Expect him to be all over this.
Perfect.
Oh, just a park job. He has put the green light out there for Barry, though.
For Cale.
Excuse me. Barry's already parked, so the green light for Cale Leiviska now.
He's got that beat-up proto-magnet. That's his baby. This thing's going to run the chains. You just watch.
As he had the height, he wanted to challenge the basket. But again, real easy to pick that up and forget about it with your partner park.
Yeah, and he had the green light, so he was going a little bit higher, a little bit wider, trying to get that ace run for us.
Well, Timmy, we're sitting here on hole 21, and you know we got a couple birdies. Which hole do you think we might be able to have that separation on here coming to the end?
There's plenty of them. There's plenty of 2s to be had. There's a couple holes where there's some risk reward, some chance at 4s. So this should be real exciting down to the end here.
Well, now in the past we've done some sudden death playoff and such, but today's situation's a little different. We've got a huge National Tour clinic this afternoon. We've got a lot of people in the Minnesota area. So we're not going to worry about that just yet, though. We're not quite that close, but they just keep rolling. That's 16 in a row.
I got a feeling something special is going to happen here.
Hole number 22, 225 feet. This will be the last year this hole is in the tournament. There's been some reconfiguration, so to say, of this particular area in the course. What do you expect here?
Well, they had the option of going right down the middle, or you can throw a big hyzer. And
he chose the big hyzer.
Plinko.
And we're looking for a Plinko factor. Oh, as you hear the groan from Barry, hits the top, he doesn't get through. That's about 65, 70 feet, and not really a good look at the basket.
Yeah, the big hyzer isn't really supposed to be the designated shot, but as we all know, courses evolve and new lanes pop up sometimes. But the straight shot is definitely there. But the big hyzer, you got to get lucky and crash through the trees. So let's see what happens here.
Well, the champs also took the big hyzer. He nicked something early.
And that's well short, leaving the door open for Nikko and Cale here.
Well, here Billy was worried about some sudden death, and you said you thought something might be happening here. And looks like Cale's possibly eyeing up the big hyzer as well.
Yeah, he knows how hard to throw this one. He's played here many times.
That's a good looking shot.
Looks like he might find the window.
Drop.
He's up behind the tree, but he's just on the circle's edge, much closer than Kenny or Barry, in a much better position.
Advantage the kids.
It looks like Nikko's possibly eyeing up the hyzer as well. And I know as a course designer that just really irks you because you design the hole in one way and guys are finding other ways to take it. And, you know, why didn't you put a Mando there? You just decided to let them do what they wanted to try to do?
Well, with this hole not going to be in the ground or in place for next year, we just decided to just let it go. It's not the greatest hole on the course, and we figured it give some options, but those big pretty pines are so nice to throw right down the gap. I always go straight down.
I'll tell you, they had a lot of discussion there, and Kenny's was more wide open, maybe another 5 to 7 feet, but they've chosen one that's a little more difficult, a little closer.
Yeah, you know, certain things, certain vibes. You know, I heard Kenny as he walked up, he said, "I'm liking this one." So something just hits you, and you just go with it. And you get that confidence.
And it looks like Kenny is feeling it. He's going to step up, and both of these guys absolutely love to do this right here. Let you think you've got a stroke on them and then take it right back from you.
Absolutely.
I look for him to rise to the occasion here.
Here.
Oh, just on the front of the rim. You heard Barry Holly get it. He liked it. Oh, they really want this one.
Man, with only a couple holes to go, they know they got to have it.
Great bid there from the champ. Let's see what the other champ does. That's got to get up. Oh, just falls out a little left. Now, Cale and Nikko do not have a gimme putt. I don't know if they're going to take the straddle on Cale's. Looks like absolutely not. Maybe giving up 3 or 4 feet with Nikko's, and I think they're going to take the straight on look.
Great opportunity to go up by 1 here.
Well, coming down the stretch here, there'll be 6 holes left after this match. It took Kenny and Barry about 12 holes to get 3 back, so these guys are not wanting to give anything away. As a matter of fact, they're wanting to get their first one back in quite a while.
Yeah, that was the end of a really good birdie streak.
Oh, never a doubt she catches in the chains. That's going to send the kids up front.
19 under.
We're coming into hole 23 down the stretch. Do the champs have one more push left in them?
That's birdie, boys. This is mine right here.
It's slapping me out.
This one.
You're at hole 23, 229 feet, TG.
Yeah, just a little short mid-range hyzer. You just got to get around the last pine tree and have it skip right up to the basket, or in this case, get up in the basket.
We've given them the go-ahead. It's been about an hour and a half since the kids had the box, but Cale's been standing on that box, letting them know it's his, and I'm looking for him to throw quite a good shot here to keep that box and the lead.
Yeah, I'd like to think that he'd just slide it right up there and give Nikko the green light.
That's
Here
a good-looking
comes
angle.
FLX drone,
Heart.
6-footer.
Heart.
Great.
All right, Nikko here now. What do you think? You think you may back down to a driver or something to try to skip it up in there?
I would imagine so. That's what I'd be doing.
Come on, baby.
Just let that thing go.
Get there, get there.
There it comes. That's okay. It's a normal birdie, but we're going to pick that 22-footer up. We're going to take Cale's 10-footer. Now the champ's feeling the pressure.
Yep, they got to have this one just to stay within one.
Well, if the kids can just birdie out, it'll take an ace to tie them, so I'm sure that's their plan.
And that'll keep them within one.
Now we'll see if the other champ can get this thing in the bucket, maybe ring a little change. That's the only way they're getting a stroke on this hole.
Absolutely.
Looks like Barry's got his Firebird out, his Star Firebird. Oh, he's going for a skip
baby.
shot. Oh, hits a stump, no release.
Stump.
But you get to do that when you get a green light. You get to have a little fun, and that would have been spectacular if you could have got the flare.
Absolutely. So we have one stroke difference. Let's move on to the next hole, pretty much.
So much for the skip ace.
There's a champ with yet another birdie on a first-time hole saw there at hole 23. Leiviska as well with a super soft tap in there. Kid's got a one-stroke lead. A few holes to go. We got a pretty aceable hole here. Let's get on over to the other side, go down to the green and see how this works. Hole 24, this is 335 feet, Timmy, and this is wide open.
Yeah, it's nice and refreshing to get out of the it's nice and refreshing. You get out of the trees there and get to bomb it out to the side here. Nice ace opportunity and let it rip.
Well, we've got the current world champ as well as the course record holder, David Feldberg, walking over with us, Dave. Just to bring you up to speed, the kids are up on the champs by one. Here we are at hole 24, and if the kids birdie out, there's nothing the champs can do.
Told you the chance to make it a game, though, huh? 20 holes later, I'm back, and it's a game.
Oh, they tied it up. They got 15 in a row in the woods. It was beautiful, throwing some great shots and manipulating some of the holes Timmy designed. They did a great job.
Well, I just got done playing these holes. As you know, I finished my practice round, and I don't know if they can feel how strong this crosswind is right here. It is a strong crosswind.
That's a good-looking shot there. Going to come a little short.
See what I mean? Cale with the Predator, and it still left him 30 right.
Well, and that's going to be into the headwind, TG.
And with this grass acting like Velcro, you can't plan on the big skip, so you got to put it real close.
Dave, what'd you end up here? Just having to work with the wind on the hyzer and trying to figure that out?
I ended up having to throw one of my stable ones with hyzer, thinking it would go too far left, and then it just dropped right on it.
Well, he's hung it out a little bit, but that is hooking up.
That's one of those gateway discs. It's really overstable.
Yeah, that is a park job.
Gateway makes really overstable discs, I hear. So, you know, that was a good disc selection out of his mixed bag.
Oftentimes hear the gateway guys say, "Get gateway."
Well, they're talking about the stability here. We got the other champ on the box here, Barry, and looking for a good shot here. The boys are feeling the pressure. As long as the kids keep throwing it on the basket, they're going to have to throw one in to catch them, Dave.
I hear you, though, but these last finishing holes after this one definitely gives us an opportunity to see it come down to the wire. Great shot by Schultz there.
That's a good shot. He's out of the headwind putt. He's maybe at 18 to 20 feet. And Kenny now, Kenny looking to rip a big hyzer there. What do you think that is he's got, Dave?
I believe that is a Wraith.
Oh, that's a great looking shot.
Excalibur. I think that's a Wraith.
That's a eco. That's an eco plastic shot. Park job inside 20 feet. Timmy, they're just making it look easy out here.
Like I mentioned before, at Rennie Gold, you know, they just slay the courses, and they're doing it here at Blue Ribbon.
Oh, on your bird? Yeah.
Well, we're here at hole 25, 260 feet down the stretch, and This could be a difference maker, Timmy.
Yeah, there are a couple trees to hit here. You want to have a nice low skip shot right up there, and it's a two that you really should have, but it can cause some problems for some guys too.
That's a beautiful shot, Dave.
Beautiful shot out of Nikko. It looks like a mid-range type element disc, I think it is, maybe. And he's played it low and smart, and there they are again with another drop in.
Well, we were on the way down the fairway, and I asked Dave if this limb was in the way, and he said it's in the lane, but not in the way, because the ideal shot here is a low shot, as we just saw, Dave.
Yep, keep it low. I think Cale, though, will give us some excitement here. He wants to drone ace it, I think. Really overstable.
It's got a hook. That helped a little.
Oh, I guess they don't even have to work for a 10-footer anymore. They'll just walk by and drop it in.
We got the champs here, and they're feeling the pressure. They're running out of holes, Dave.
It's only the next hole, the par 4 is the only one they're going to have a chance to make their stroke on.
Well, they've still got to make a good shot here just to keep up. Kenny's put that thing a little high.
Oh, and he flashes the ring for a little 22-foot straddle putt.
Now, when Dave says flashes the ring, he might as well say some world champ love. They refuse to agree to the world champ love, but they've come up with their own little saying here, and I'm guessing that's what that means, Dave.
Flashing the Open ring, the U.S. Open. If you've got the skills and the determination and the luck to win the Open, you can flash the ring anytime and you'll get through the trees.
That's it. Dave's got his own ring from 2005, if I'm not mistaken.
It's brought me a lot of luck and confidence, and that's all it is everybody gets through the trees, but if you believe you're going to get through the trees and you say things like, oh, I'm just going to flash the ring and get through the trees, you'll get through the trees just like Champ did. He wasn't concerned, and there he is right by the bucket. Facing him, he's looking at the putt. I think it's a lot more difficult than we thought it is. There's some trees in the way, and all of a sudden, with the match on the line, this wind is raging up to about 20, 25 gusts, I'd say. What do you think, Tom?
Hasn't been this breezy all day long.
Yeah, we're on the edge of the sod field here, so the wind can be a factor.
They're both push putters like me. We just don't love wind like the spin putter does. I think Cale would rather be facing this putt than Kenny, but as the world's best putter, I'm sure he'll make light work at this one. Yeah, just like I assumed. Match is on the line. Champ's not going to lay down yet. He's going to make him earn it.
Now they're going to have a tap in. We're going to move over to hole 26. There's 2 to go, and the boys are still 1 down. All right, here we are. We are at hole 26, 397 feet. This is a par 4 right here, Dave.
Yes, this is the last tough hole they have to face. I think that players need to know to keep it extra tight. You don't usually think about throwing it tight because the lane leads you kind of straight, and so you have to pinch a shot or be real control with a low skip shot. So we'll see what they do. I think Cale should have the advantage on this hole, being that he knows the course.
Well, Timmy, how have you designed this hole? Is this for a big hyzer? Is this for a straight shot? What's your plan?
Well, there is a legit fairway, but that is not necessarily the most ideal shot because it's a real difficult shot, and Cale has just peered the fairway.
Just the drone off. You do a real light drone, about a 60% shot. That's the way to get it out on this hole.
Tight, though.
Yeah, we got a couple of sweet guys walking in. We got Tank over here, Avery. Avery, how you doing today?
Doing all right. Just throwing some lines, making some putts, you know.
We got a tough match here. The kids are up on the champs by 1 here with just 2 holes to go, and
2 holes.
And Cale just parked it here for an easy up and down to get up and down, and Nikko's going to try something, but the boys are going to have to do something special, or else these kids are going to take it from them.
We'll see if
Cut roller coming in hot.
Go, baby, go!
We'll see if experience can overwhelm these kids.
I talked him into that cut roller. He doesn't have the experience yet, maybe to pull it off, but he tried it. He'll try anything.
He was only about 3 feet away from perfection.
But it was close. If he had played a little tighter and played the inside gap, I think it would have worked. But I think overall, we're going to see who can make a 380-foot hyzer into the win on the last hole.
Well, I'm looking at Kenny and Barry now. I think Kenny might be contemplating that cut roller. He's sort of telling Barry just to get it out there. Barry's got a stable, looks like maybe a stable Firebird TG to play the safe shot to turn the green light free for Kenny.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, they're down by a stroke, but they don't want to be down by 2. They still want to have a chance on that last hole.
Hyzer. And see, he just made it inside the trees.
Flash the ring.
Yeah, I know that was a clean shot. That's the way you got to play it.
Just no love for Billy there. Now you know the champ can throw a roller, and
He's not doing it.
Nope, he's certainly looking at the hyzer.
He's going Excalibur or Wraith flip up hyzer, trying to get maximized distance for a throw in.
Oh, he's taking the inside lane.
Inside lane for.
Oh, that was a great skip. That took everything.
That would have got him out in the open for a potential throw-in, so that really took the gas right out of him.
It had a good action too. It
I
just,
know, it's skipping hard.
maybe it got the action because it hit the root of the base of the tree or something.
Inside right here?
The inside gap, not even this one. You hit the short one, right?
I hit this
Oh, yeah.
And we've got that crosswind out there.
And you never know on this green. Things can happen. You can throw a perfect upshot, hit a rock, roll away. It's windy up there. It's not necessarily a guaranteed push here, but, you know, I've seen these guys all throw them in. We've seen Cale do it earlier this round. Barry's famous for it. Kenny loves it. And so I think we got a chance to see one here.
Let's move on up to the green.
Which one you want to take? That one's pinned up on a tree. Kind of. I can patent pending out to the stretch out to the left. No problem with that one.
I'm fine with that one over there. It don't matter.
Foot stance, that's fine with me.
It's all you.
Do it.
Keep it close.
Place it up on that table up there.
I'll let you throw another one in.
Or even if you put it at the rocks, you're 15.
Kitty cat.
I know the kids are just trying to get this thing up and down, Dave.
I think they'll just lay it up. I think they'll try to give Cale a run since he's hot today with the throw-ins. So Nikko will lay it up. Oh,
that's hyzer out. That's not a good shot, Dave.
I think in the zone form, he'll still be able to make that, but a little pressure getting to him maybe. Feeling the chance to beat the champs on tape is always a little pressure to let go of that last couple shots.
As you can see, we got a very beautiful signature type green here. The basket's elevated so that can come into play. And it's just great to see that the Jordan family put so much back into this course.
Well, you spend your $5. It doesn't go into the pocket. It goes into the bank account to buy things to come back on this course. Beautiful red chips, taking care of the glacial rocks. That should be right there, Dave.
That's about 14 feet. No problem for Team Leiviska Locastro, but L&L is making their move.
Forcing the champ here.
Champ trips there a little bit. I think maybe he's a little anxious.
Well, Champ thinks he's going to throw one in. I mean, he really did pure that shot right there. You know, he was trying to give himself the hot putt.
Even though it's just for pride, I mean, the guy just never wants to lay down. He'd never seen the course, playing for pride, in the wind, down by 4 after 5 holes. I mean, look at the guy go.
He is the man himself. Kenny Climo. Let's see what he does here.
Going with the cross stance.
Oh, he's got a pace on it, but no, it's just going to land right under the bucket. Ooh.
Good looking shot. Tough to get that thing to stand up in that reverse angle like that. And, Barry is one of the better throwers in the world. Used to be called the Barry Schultz till Kenny took it from him. So one of these two guys would have a great advantage at that.
Yeah, Barry's got a really nice nose up kind of stall flight on his approach shot. So this could be a makeable shot for him.
Well, according to Barry, the key to this shot is to rotate your upper body, leaving your lower body still. Dave, would you agree with that?
I agree with that completely. That way it keeps your body straight, but he didn't get all of that one. It's just tough to get all of it from that position. I'd like to see them get to where Kenny's drive was, and then maybe Barry would have used that little orange aviar and thrown it in.
You gonna lose you for a couple holes or what?
Yeah, I started to get a headache.
Just do his usual tap in. And the putter in his hand, very rare for him. But just when it's that easy for him, he's not taking any pressure off the kids. He just wants to have a chance, and he's running out of holes.
Well, he's been in the groove putting. He's been level all day long. Solid by Nikko once again. There's one hole to go. The kids wanting the victory right here.
I think they got a good chance here. This hole sets up beautifully for Cale.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good job. Bogey-free day, look like. Yeah, 1 or 2 weeks out.
It plays a little farther than it looks, I think. 368. No, I guess that's
I'm
gonna rip it. Just just get it, because you got the water there now. Yeah. Close. Let's end it. Yeah, close. End it.
Put it in.
Put it in.
Ace it.
Do your thing, boy. All right, we're good.
All right. Final hole here at Blue Ribbon Pines. This is a beautiful closing hole, a par 3, 368 feet. You've got to come out of that tunnel, and we'll see what happens here. This has been an absolutely beautiful day. It rained last night. Couldn't have been a nicer day, TG.
Beautiful day, beautiful hole, beautiful course, and a beautiful shot by Nikko.
That's just going to end the match. It is now over. Nikko and Cale. Oh, it skips long. I thought that was going to sit on it. That just got a big carry, little wind gust.
Well, as Dave was prematurely claiming victory without even letting the boys throw. And, you know, the boys could still throw one in. But that is certainly not a gimme putt there in this wind, Dave.
No, but Cale, I guarantee Cale's got this dialed. He's been out here practicing. He wants the Majestic this year. It's a featured course. I'd say close it within 20.
It's a little low, but it's looking good. That's Hazering out there. They're opening up the door. It is wide open for the boys.
That's 24 feet.
24 feet into the headwind.
The way they would putt today, I'd not be surprised if they missed it, but maybe Champ will throw one in. You know, maybe first time luck on the hole.
Well, Dave, you're the current world champ. What's going through their minds on the tee right now, even though it's just for pride?
Bitterness. Bitterness about the 4 holes they gave up in the beginning when they had it, but they just didn't bring it early on, and they've done everything they can, but they just can't. You know, they can't make a difference here. Park the hole again, but can't make up that stroke in doubles on this kind of course with Cale and Nikko with the way they putt.
Well, this is the last opportunity here, and in order for the boys to leave without a bitter taste, according to Dave, this is going to have to be thrown in the bucket.
Here goes Barry. He's known for his aces. He's got a good line on it. It's a little long.
That's got to drop. That's got to drop.
Well, we'll see if the kid can put down a 24-footer to put down the Champs.
That's right where I wanted it. Wasn't expecting that lift.
I'm just straight behind it.
Well, here we are with the boys coming across. Wind's picking up. Gonna make that little putt, their 24-footer, a tough putt, Dave.
Yeah, I think that I'd be nervous right now, and I know other people would be, but I'm telling you, Nikko has a confidence with his putt that I think he'll display right here. I think he's gonna put it right in the center. It seems like he just doesn't get affected.
I'll tell you, he walked right up, he marked that thing, he was ready to drop it in right then, wasn't he, Champ?
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's been playing every day since January on the road like we used to be, and when you play every day, you get to feel the putting game's touch, and touch comes with practice, and that's what he's getting every day. So let's see if that practice paid off.
Well, this has just been a pleasure to watch. Blue Ribbon Pines, to have the caliber of these players out here. What a dream this is.
I'm going to have to put this top 5 courses that I like being on in the whole world.
That is impressive. Timmy, how does that make you feel?
Well, look at the goosebumps in my arm right now, Billy.
They are there.
That's a big headwind putter. He's going with Cale. Dead center.
Center, that'll end the match. The kids will take it. Dave, good call. Great battle. Great match. Dave, we really appreciate you coming out and enjoying us.
Thanks, Billy. I look forward to future Clash videos, and maybe someday I'll be able to take down the Champs.
The throwing is the difference, I guess. Go for it.
Yeah. Awesome, guys.
Yeah,
awesome.
Feels good.
Young, energetic, not afraid of anything, certainly not afraid of 14 world championships combined there.
Wow.
I mean, you guys went out to a quick 4-stroke lead, man, and you know, then the Champs really started dialing in. Kenny was throwing some laser shots, Barry was throwing some great shots, and you guys fought back after the big push.
Oh, yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. There's 27 holes out here, playing with, I mean, obviously the best players in the world. I mean, I knew they were going to make it a battle, and they definitely did. I think we came back and tied it for a while, and we were able to get it by 1.
Close match. Everybody that we played with today. It was a good fun day.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's Nico's first chance on the Clash, Nikko. We're going to have you back on. And Cale, that shot on hole, well, we don't know about that. We're just always different.
Don't break us up. Don't break us up.
That shot on hole 4, that is legendary. You guys, that is not something that you're going to do when we come. I don't care how many times you practice. Give me an idea about that.
I mean, I've played this course probably 20, 30 times. That's the first deuce I've ever had, so I was glad it was documented.
That made a difference.
Yeah, it was good.
And that was the one.
Yeah. That's your Champs right here from the Clash at Blue Ribbon Pines. Cale,
Yeah.
Leiviska, Nikko, Locastro.
Yeah. Thanks, Billy.
Awesome, guys.
Let's go, baby.
Good job.
Well done, Heath. Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks. Thanks, Billy.
Well, I'm here standing in the middle of 14 world championships between you guys. All the talent in the world coming out. Did the poker hangover hurt you, Chin?
Not really. I think it was just that one hole. We kind of made a mess of that hole, and then you had to throw.
Well, that was a spectacular hole, and Barry, I mean, you guys played well. Just hard to catch them. I mean, you kept making birdies. You had 15 in a row and couldn't make up hardly any ground.
We were talking on the last tee off there. It's like we really didn't have much of a chance to do anything better besides hole 4. We didn't miss any putts. We didn't really miss any deuce holes that were bonus or gimme deuces. You know, we really only missed hole 4. And if we get that 3 there, we're still playing.
Well, champ, you've played all over the world. I'd like to know what you think about this place. The first time seeing it, I'm impressed, but give me an idea of what you think.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place. I mean, it's got a lot of nice little nooks and crannies, some turns to the fairways that aren't the easiest to negotiate, and some good golf shots out there. Strategic location, It's put it here to go there. If you're not in the right spot, you're not going to have a chance to go to the next spot on a few holes. And there's some good long open crushes out here. It's a good mix.
Well, if you're in Minnesota, Blue Ribbon Pines is a place you do not want to miss. This is Ken Climo, Barry Schultz, and I'm Billy Crump. That's the Clash of Blue Ribbon Pines. We hope you enjoyed it.